Right now at noon, air travel tips before you the friendly skies this summer.
And those skies have some showers and thunderstorms in them. We're looking at storms developing on radar. We'll have the forecast as well as a look at the weekend.
And Florida's governor plans to officially launch his bid for president tonight.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The summer travel season officially kicks off this weekend. Airports across the country are already seeing a surge of travelers. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Tanya Bach, and topping our first 7 minutes, AAA predicts 42.3 million travelers will take to the road or friendly skies this Memorial Day holiday weekend. That's up 7% from last year. Air travel is forecast to rise by 11%. Chris Van Cleve shows us what travelers can expect.
The nation's busiest airport is about to get a lot busier.
We are ready.
Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson expects more than 2 million flyers to pass through for Memorial Day. And nationwide, the TSA is bracing for a potentially record-setting summer.
We're ready, first and foremost.
TSA Administrator David Pekoski.
What's different this year from last year?
This year, a big difference is we have more staff. I mean, we're better staffed this year than we were last year.
During the first 3 months of 2023, U.S. Airlines' cancellation rate dropped below 2%, far better than last summer when staffing and weather woes led to more than 45,000 cancellations.
We feel good about the things that are within United's control.
United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby expects Memorial Day to be the busiest in more than a decade.
Air traffic control challenges are really the #1 concern for me as we head into the summer and as we look to the future.
Airlines have already reduced summer flying at the request of the FAA. On Sunday, air traffic control staffing issues temporarily halted flights at the busy Denver airport.
This weekend will be a test of the system.
Thursday, Friday, and Monday are expected to be the busiest travel days.
Full flights can mean not only a wait at airport checkpoints, but also in the parking garages. Think about either planning ahead or getting a ride to the airport. Also, if you can carry on, it saves you time when you get here, and if there's a problem, it's a lot easier to get on another flight if all you have is a carry-on.
Already, long lines meant Christina Jones missed her flight to Orlando. The next open seat was 24 hours away.
I'm missing my job, my kids, my man, my house. I want to go home and get in my bed.
Experts say budget at least 2 hours for airport lines so your Memorial Day isn't grounded before it can take off. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News.
Well, if you're about to hop on a plane, you may need to pack rain gear. Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us with a first look at the forecast.
Yeah, especially if you're flying into Joplin and also northeastern Oklahoma. You can see showers and thunderstorms developing on our radar. Let's zoom in on some of the activity up toward the north, east of Iola, up around Moran and Uniontown, Elsmore, just down to the south and west of Pawnee. A little bit further to the south, you can see near Shiloh, extending on down to west of Altamont and Edna, some showers and thunderstorms there. Heaviest storms right now are in Craig County in northeastern Oklahoma, getting ready to move into northeastern Nowata County. You can see those storms moving into the Veneta area right now with showers and thunderstorms. And that's what we're going to see this afternoon, mainly in southeast Kansas and in Oklahoma, with highs in the upper 70s to lower 80s. And looking down the lane, we're going to be seeing those thunderstorms today, isolated storms on Thursday, a fantastic Friday. But what about the holiday weekend? Well, I'll have all the details on that in your forecast in just a little bit. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Sam. Webb City Fire Marshal investigates a morning house fire on the 800 block of East Fountain Road. Webb City Fire and Met's ambulance responded just after 9:30 a.m. Joplin and Dunwig dispatched as mutual aid. Single-story home suffered extensive damage. No one was home at the time of the fire. In 1966, an employed developmentally disabled adults, and currently they have a staff of 42. Executive Director Jeff Jones says there's no limit to what his employees can do.
There's really no limit to what they can do, and in fact, one of the things we say, our ability is greater than our disability.
Joplin Workshop is located at 520 South Michigan Avenue in Joplin. Well, your mother warned you not to eat raw cookie dough, but if you've recently purchased cookie dough from Papa Murphy's, you might want to throw it out. The CDC says 18 people have gotten sick, one of them from Missouri. 2 individuals were sick enough to be hospitalized. Papa Murphy's has stopped selling the chocolate chip and s'mores bars dough that's in question. And there are just 8 days left for Congress to pass a bill to raise the debt ceiling and avoid defaulting for the first time in American history. Negotiations continue between the White House and House Republicans, but a deal does not appear to be imminent, with Republicans saying they are far apart. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis plans to officially launch his candidacy for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination tonight during a live appearance on Twitter, along with the social media company's owner, Elon Musk. DeSantis will join an increasingly crowded field on the Republican side, which is currently dominated by former President Donald Trump. Robert Costa reports from Miami.
Get ready.
After months of anticipation, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis plans to announce he's running for president on Twitter tonight, choosing to take advantage of Elon Musk and his 140 million followers.
It'll be the first time that something like this is happening on social media and with real-time questions and answers.
DeSantis' allies say he'll play up his combative politics alongside the tech billionaire, casting himself as a fellow culture warrior on a platform his biggest rival embraced as president. And on Tuesday, DeSantis' wife, Casey, tweeted a video teasing her husband's run.
Is it worth the sacrifice? America has been worth it every single time.
But DeSantis is now playing catch-up. Former President Donald Trump is firmly atop the polls and is forcing DeSantis to fend off repeated attacks.
Ron DeSantis. Did anyone ever hear of DeSantis? The sanctimonious.
But the Florida governor is standing his ground, taking veiled swipes at Trump, too.
I think the party has developed a culture of losing.
DeSantis, popular with many Republicans for his conservative policies, has come under criticism even from some in his own party over a 6-week abortion ban he signed into law. And the NAACP has issued a travel advisory for Florida, warning recent legislation is openly hostile toward African Americans.
We're proud of what we've accomplished in Florida, but I can tell you this, I have only begun to fight.
DeSantis will be huddling with his donors here in the Miami area in the coming days before a formal campaign launch with his supporters and then a trip to those early voting states. Robert Costa, CBS News, Miami.
The most recent CBS News poll shows Governor DeSantis trailing former President Trump by more than 30 points among likely Republican primary voters. That's a look on today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, we take you to the Metaverse School as Britain opens up its first virtual reality classroom. And later, we're making summer's best chilled corn soup in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Students from all over the world are immersing themselves in the metaverse, trading traditional lessons for virtual ones. As CBS's Ian Lee reports from London, Britain has launched its first virtual reality classroom.
Putting your thinking cap on in this classroom means strapping on a virtual headset, a window into the digital world where anything can happen.
That Saturn is way too big. Needs to come back down, please.
From exploring the planets to visiting world-renowned museums.
There's a deeper understanding because they can manipulate an object, they can see it from all sides, they can see how it works.
These British students log into their Metaverse School, connecting them with classmates from around the world.
The Metaverse School is a digital twin, an exact copy of this building in virtual reality that brings together students from all around the world to be taught in virtual reality. So 84 different schools in 24 different countries.
Using VR, not the magic school bus, they can shrink down to investigate the human body.
Up closer to you.
It was really cool how I got to put the heart in a different place, because if you were in a normal classroom, you can't do that.
Some of the most impressive things we can do are science experiments that would otherwise be impossible or too dangerous to do in a classroom.
The technology can also help the past come alive.
We've used it in history to go back in time, experience things like World War II from the ground.
By bringing lessons to life, teachers say students learn more while literally reaching for the stars. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Research shows people who learn through virtual reality are 150% more engaged. That's according to findings published last year from accountancy firm PricewaterhouseCoopers. Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
When fresh corn on the cob is at its peak,
we have a recipe that'll turn it into liquid gold. It's easy, so stick around and I'll show you.
And we're tracking some showers and thunderstorms on the radar, and we'll have a look at the weekend forecast for your holiday plans when we come back. Another warm day across the 4 states with temperatures in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees right now. We're going to see those this afternoon along with some showers and thunderstorms. First, let's look outside at Seneca, Missouri, the Indigo Sky Casino and Resort this morning. And you can see that we had some clouds and showers around this morning, and then those rapidly moved away with some altocumulus clouds. But notice as we go through the afternoon, we're getting thunderstorms developing off towards the west of Seneca, Missouri. And we're going to see that this afternoon, mainly in southeastern Kansas and northeastern Oklahoma. The allergies today are going to be in the moderate category, 7.9. Most of that grasses, hickory, and mulberry. And tomorrow, the allergies are going to get a little bit worse at 9.0. Radar and satellite showing those scattered showers developing along this boundary that's moving through our area right now. As this moves off towards the west, the showers and storms are going to develop along that boundary. And so we're mainly looking at showers and storms in southeastern Kansas and northeastern Oklahoma this afternoon. You can see quite a blow up there in northern Veneta, or just north of Veneta right now. Temperatures are in the upper 70s. There is an 80-degree reading at Sedan, as well as down in Grove and Anderson with 81, 78 degrees up in Nevada. Right now in Joplin, you can see the thunderstorms in the distance, 79 degrees with the southeast wind. Feels like 80 out there with the dew point of 62, and the humidity is at 56%. Scattered showers and thunderstorms today, mainly in southeast Kansas and northeast Oklahoma, with highs in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees, and then we'll start to see the temperatures dropping down into the upper 70s by this evening. Severe weather, not really a concern in our local area. A moderate risk is in eastern New Mexico and far western Texas this afternoon, and tomorrow that's going to expand a little bit further up towards the north into eastern Colorado, all the way down into the Big Bend area of Texas. We're just going to have isolated thunderstorms in our neck of the woods here in our region. All right, rain chances are going to be highest today, then they're going to be dropping off as we go through tomorrow, but we'll see an isolated storm or two, especially in southeastern Kansas, where they definitely need it because the drought is still ongoing. You can see rainfall amounts for the rest of this afternoon are generally going to be around a tenth or two, maybe an isolated half an inch if you get underneath one of those heavier thunderstorms. And here's the map. You can see the storms moving off towards the west with highs in the low to mid 80s, or actually upper 70s, lower 80s today. And then as we go through tonight, we're going to see mostly fair skies with lows in the upper 50s to around 60. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll see isolated storms again, mainly off towards the west with highs in the upper 70s to lower 80s. And then as we go into Friday morning, we're going to see lows again right around 60 degrees. And then Friday afternoon, partly cloudy skies to start off the weekend. An isolated storm might be possible, especially down in Oklahoma, with most everyone else in the upper 70s to lower 80s. And then Saturday morning, quite cool. Low to mid 50s across the area. 55, a pretty popular number across the region. How about the next 7 days? Well, here's the forecast. 40% chance of storms today, again, mainly in southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma. 20% on Thursday, only 10% on Friday. And then as we head into the weekend, looking pretty dry at this point with highs in the lower 80s. And then Memorial Day looks great, partly cloudy, high of 83. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, a chance of more thunderstorms. But look at those temperatures, starting to get closer to that 90-degree mark, Tanya.
I know, warming up there.
Yep.
Be firing up those AC units,
There
that's
you go.
for sure.
That's right.
All right, thanks, Sam. Well, stick around. We're making summer's best chilled corn soup after the break. There's a lot of fresh corn on the cob out there, so how about turning it into a summer soup? Howard shows us how to make summer's best chilled corn soup in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
It won't be too long before our markets are bursting with fresh corn on the cob. And that means we'll be finding it at some of the best prices of the year. So here's an idea. Pick up a few extra ears so you can try the chilled soup that we just came up with. It's perfect for serving all summer long. The first thing we want to do is remove the husk and silk from 4 large ears of corn. Then we cut off the kernels with a chef's knife or a corn stripper, like I have here. This goes into a blender along with a drained can of cannellini beans, a cut up yellow pepper, a bit of sweet onion, a little sugar, salt and pepper, a splash of lime juice, and to give this its creaminess, some milk. The top goes on and we blend this until it's silky smooth, which takes no time at all. After this chills for a bit, pour it into bowls and maybe top each serving with a dollop of sour cream and cilantro before grabbing a spoon. A few crackers on the side and you'll be ready to enjoy. To get the recipe for our summer's best chilled corn soup, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a super refreshing way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Kelly loves her soup. I knew it.
We can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
We have showers and thunderstorms on radar right now in southeastern Kansas, extending down into northeastern Oklahoma. Looking at the differential reflectivity and correlation coefficient, might see some small hail with some of those storms moving over near the Coffeyville area. Otherwise, we're going to have showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, a high of 81. Then lesser chances of rain as we go through the holiday weekend before the rain chances come back on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. But it's also going to get hotter as we head towards the middle and latter part of next week. So summertime is just right around the corner.
I guess so. It's going to be steamy out there by next week.
What do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, that 5 News survey points to parents' concerns about social media and body image. We have some tips on how to talk to your kids in Health Watch. Plus, the Make-A-Wish Foundation grants a Webb City boy a surprise trip. And a Joplin High School science student returns after representing Joplin on an international level. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's all coming up today on KOAM News at 5.
All right. Thank you, Dow. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at Noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.